What is up, YouTube? This is Christian Professional Dad, and I'm here with another knife video. Guys, this video right here came about completely organically. I was walking through the room, I was putting some knives back. I have so many knives. I mean, right now I got 40, 50 knives on this table right here because I'm always doing stuff with knives and messing with them and looking through them. So I was putting some back and I came across a knife. I was like, man, I forgot I even had that daggone knife. I bought it, I done a review, I put it in the daggone the shelf over here, and I never looked at it again. I'm sad because it's a pretty nice knife. It's just not something I would use. And I started looking at it. Why wouldn't I use that knife? Why is it something I put back and just forgot about? And I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to tell you exactly why. I talk about knives, and I talk about the fact that we basically use our knives more than anything for EDC, for general EDC purposes on a daily basis. Now, yes, there are people that use their knives for their jobs, whether it be you're using something tactical because you're law enforcement or you're military, or you're using something that's more bushcraft or survival style, or you're using something that's got a sharper, harder edge, like an S90V or 15V or something from Spyderco, so you can cut down a lot of boxes and stuff. But one style of knife that I don't talk about a lot, or at least I haven't in the past, is executive style knives, gentlemen's knives. I just haven't needed to do carry that type of knife in a long time, because I, in the past, I've told you guys this before, for 25 years, I was in sales, and every single day I was in a shirt and tie. Every day. You would have never caught me without a shirt and tie. Polished shoes, shirt and tie, suit coat. I mean, that's just the way that I dressed. I never would have had the beard. Never. It just wasn't part of my shtick, so to speak. So I wouldn't have been carrying around an AD-10. Now, would I have if I had known about the AD-10? Probably, because I love that knife so much, but I just didn't know what I didn't know, and I wasn't big into knives back then. So I just wouldn't have. And when you're in that type of life, when you're doing an executive style of life and a job in an office, a salesman, a banker, a lawyer, a CPA, something like that, you're probably not changing tires and doing mechanics work. You're probably not out fighting off the Taliban. You're not doing anything like that. So you don't need certain types of knives. Executive style knives are created to fill those roles. So I looked at this knife and I was like, yeah, that would be a great executive style gentleman's knife. It would. And then I started looking around and I was like, okay, what knives do I have that could fill that role? Not necessarily that they were designed for that role, but they could fill that role. And usually when I make up these lists, I've got 10, 12 knives with a few alternates, honorable mentions. Actually, that's a lot. Usually I have 50, 60 knives on this table, and it's a 3-hour video. It is what it is. I can't help it. I just get going, and I want to include all knives. I don't want one feeling left out. You put one back, and they're like, why me? Why did that knife get picked and not me? Why am I always last? Why do I never get picked on the team? And I was that kid, and I don't want that knife to be that kid. So I pick them all. I can't help it. I need to talk to somebody about this. I really do. But it is what it is. I'm seeking therapy. So regardless, I put these knives on the table, and voila, exactly 10 knives. Exactly. I didn't make it that way. It was like this was designed to be this way. This was the video I was supposed to make. I'm going to take it that way. It's probably not the truth. It probably is just the fact that I was trying to come up with 10 knives, so I kept looking until I found the 10th one. But we're going to go with the first answer, that it was just designed to be this way, and it was divine intervention. I like that answer better. So that's what we're going with. This was a divine intervention. These were the 10 knives that were supposed to be in this video. So there you go. All right. So again, remember, these might not have been designed and created for that role, but they can fill that role. And the first knife is the knife that is synonymous with executive style knives. What knives do we think of when we think of executive style knives? There should be one that's absolutely at the top of the list. I mean, this is synonymous with executive knives. And it is the CRKT CEO. This knife was lightning in a bottle for this company. They call it magic. with this knife. They've spawned a bunch of different variations of this, the minis and stuff like that. Then you've got other knives companies out there like Boker, the Quaken, different things like that are trying to catch this magic. But the CEO is ultimately the real deal when it comes to an executive style knife. I mean, now granted, you're not going to be changing tires with this. You're not going to be doing mechanics work with this. You're not going to be, feather sticking wood. You're not going to be breaking down boxes. Now, this could break down boxes, but it's not going to be fun. It's not going to be pleasant. It could probably do it, but I wouldn't want it to. Now, this is more rugged and tough than you would think, even though it's nimble and thin and lightweight. It is more rugged and tough than you would think. It's got a solid frame, good resistance, but it's just not designed for that. This is designed to be a letter opener. This is designed to be a steak knife if you go out to lunch. This is designed to have a nice knife on you that's not weighing down your dress slacks. Because trust me, dress slacks are easy to be weighed down. I mean, you put a money clip on there that's got too many $100 bills, because I like to roll big time. I'm never rolling with less than 10 grand on me at one time. I got wads like this. I haven't seen a $100 bill. I couldn't tell you when the last time. And honestly, if I had a $100 bill, my kids would probably steal it because they are kleptos. I can't have money around them. That's another thing I'm seeking help for. Try to teach them the right way. But if dad's got money, they're coming. They're like sharks in the water. They come home from school, they start smelling around. Did dad get money today? Oh, it's Pokemon time. All right, so I don't know why I do this. I don't know why. I can't help it. I'm trying to talk knives here, and you all won't stop talking about other stuff, and you keep getting me distracted. You bad influences. I'm joking. But regardless, this is a great knife. This is designed just for like that. If you look at this pin right here, which is just a zebra pin, and then you look at this, boom. And I do know that, I was being serious, when you're wearing dress slacks, and if you've worn them, you know anything will wear those down. There is no such thing as low profile when you're wearing dress slacks. It's just not happening. You can see everything that's in your pockets. It is what it is. So this you could wear in your shirt, you could wear it in the inside of your coat, you could wear it in your dress slacks. It's small, it's thin, it's light. It's not going to be able to do anything heavy, hardcore, or anything like that. But what it will do is give you the option to have a knife if you need one for those special cases, limited situations. Oh, I've got a package open, boom. Oh, I'm going to lunch, boom, I got a steak knife. Oh, I got something on my shirt that got caught, boom, cut it off. Something like just typical general lightweight stuff. The Executive CEO is a fantastic knife. Now this next knife is created in kind of that theme, in that kind of mindset. But it's created with the mindset of let's give them those capabilities, but actually be able to do some hardcore, heavy type of uses if they needed it. And it is the Vasti Corgi. And you might say, look at this knife, and say, what? That knife, this knife and this knife are nothing alike. All right, well, let me show you something here. Let me show you something. See what I mean? Yes, they have different opening styles. One is fatter and a little bit shorter, but they both have completely straight lines. They are both executive style. They both fit in your pocket the same way. They're both thin. So this is giving you that same, and this does have three, where this just has a thumb flipper, no thumb studs or anything like that. Now this is on a ball bearing, so it's got great action. This has three openings. Revert the back flip there, the front flip, boom, or you've got the button lock right here. So you can do button lock, great action, all that. Now this is just a blade that, I'm going to be honest, it's got a great swedge right there. This is almost a spear point, so it's good for piercing and poking. This is going to give you that same letter opener, steak, knife, whatever you want to do, that same kind of low profile, because it's a thinner knife, very straight lines and stuff, just a really sleek looking knife. Full steel liners. Now this is definitely more solid and sturdy than that other one. It's heavier than that other one. It's got a bigger blade, obviously, but it is a shorter blade. This is just designed to do more hardcore use. So you're getting an executive style knife that you can actually do harder use type of jobs with. So you have more capabilities. I really like this, the 14C28 in blade steel. Now it's called a flat grind, but if you felt this edge, you would know what I mean when I'm saying it's right there. It is a flat grind, but it's right there. I mean, one more swipe across the grinder belt and it's a hollow grind. It's there. I mean, it's that close to being a hollow grind, but it is considered still a flat grind. There's no jimping on the top or anything. I mean, there kind of is right there, but that's just so that you have the jimping for the flip. Good deep carry pocket clip. Screws are set into the handle. It's not really quite deep carry, but it's almost, and it is reversible, so you can go left hand, right hand, tip up only. All in all, this is a great knife, a really good knife. Now this one is a reversible pocket clip as well. It goes through the top there, so you would just flip that around. Yeah, just great knife. This is just very limited in its scope. This gives you the same capabilities as that, but it gives you some extra capabilities that that one doesn't have. So they also have the Corgi pup, which is not bad as well. Now you're looking at about $59.95 for the CEO. You're looking at about $59 for the Corgi. Now you can get both of those on Amazon probably for a little bit more affordable prices. And the Corgi pup as well is out there. You can get these in different colors. You can get these. The CEO is basically like that. I think you can get a black coated blade, but that's about it. With this, you can get different colored handles. You can get different colored blades, satin, black coated, different things like that. Hold on, buddy. I'm doing a video. They're learning. Thank you. All right. I like that. I'm going to be honest. When I had a sales team and I had a lot of people working for me, this is the kind of knife that I would have bought, and I would have gave every one of them one, because this would have been a great knife that they could have carried. It's not aggressive. It's not tactical looking, but it's very capable. Very, very capable. And I've said it a million times. I like those straight lines. Universally ambidextrous, universally ergonomics are appealing. It's just all the way around. It is more. I just think this suits more people when you've got straight lines. Because some people like finger choice, some people don't. Some people like a wider handle, some people like a shorter handle, a thinner handle. It is what it is. Some people like a cant or a slant to their handle. Some people don't. Straight lines are they're universal. They're just take it, grab it, hold it however you want. So I really like the straight lines a lot. Now this next knife is a really great knife. This is more of a gentleman style knife in my opinion, but it also has an executive feel to it as well that you can use, and it is the Rhea. The Rhea is a fantastic knife. It's very simple, very cut and dry. There's not much to the Rhea. Now I have the one in carbon fiber. This one's coming around $39, maybe $35 to $39, somewhere in there. It's in that mid-30s range. Now you can actually get it with my Micarta that's right around $49. But there's only 4 different versions of the Rhea. The Micarta, this one, and 2 others. But it does have steel liners. It is a liner lock. It is very simple. It only has 1 thumb stud. It is not reversible. It's a true deep carry pocket clip. Screws are inset into the handle. It has 1 thumb stud. It is not reversible. So this is right hand only. Excellent action. Look at that blade though. Look at that blade. This has a great flat grind, a really nice belly, a sharp piercing point. This is just a fantastic knife for a gentleman style knife, for a Sunday church knife, for an executive knife going to the office. This is another one that is in 14. Nope, this is 12C27. I apologize. 12C27. Great little knife though. It's not much. It's very cut and dry, very simple. But look at that. Look at that. Boom. Fantastic little shape. That's low profile. Again, right inside my coat, right inside my slacks. It's not going to take up much room. It's not going to weigh me down. It's a knife that I can jerk out, open a box, open a package, use as a steak knife. General lightweight stuff. Now I could also see this as a gentleman style knife. An older gentleman sitting on his front porch and he's just whittling or he's cutting at some stuff. This knife is going to be able to take care of it. It's going to do the task. I think it's a fantastic knife. I really like it. Ultimately, the RIA. Now the RIA is that $30 price range. I mean, it's really, really nice. I mean, like I said, 35 bucks, give or take a couple of bucks. Now, if you want to really spend some money, you can get that micarta, so it's going to feel better in your hand. And you're going to spend 50. But even then, you can get them on Amazon and find them on sale other places for more affordable prices, because the prices I'm quoting are from Blade HQ. But a great knife right here. Small, capable, lightweight, nimble. Great executive knife. This one I actually debated, but I just like the look of it so much. I like the look and feel. This is exactly what I would have wanted to carry when I was doing sales and I wanted a pocket knife on me. And it is the another CRKT. This is designed by Steigerwalt. This is the Steigerwalt Kith. So it's the model Kith, Kith. It is a lockback CRKT. Now it has this GRN handles that are black, but they have that carbon fibery type of look to them, that shimmer. This is a lockback, so it's going to be safe. There's not much to it. It's very simple. It has a very deep carry pocket clip. Screws are set into the handle. Another one that's not reversible, so this is right hand only, tip up, and it is not one that you're going. Now it does have dual thumb studs, so very hollow grind. This is a sharp knife. This is an aggressive edge right here. This is a slicer. This is going to cut. It's got some decent edge length, good sharp piercing point all the way around. Just an excellent knife. I just think it's a great little knife. I mean, these things are coming in at 30 bucks. I think they are for the Steigerwalt Kith, give or take a couple bucks. But I mean, look at this. Look at that. Just a very simple, very sleek knife. These knives are literally designed for people that work in an office all day. That's what they're for. Just have a pocket knife on you. You want to carry a pocket knife. You might be a Benchmade guy, but you don't want to carry a crooked river. You don't want to carry a fixed blade because you're in a suit and tie, or you're in an office all day and you don't want to jerk out something that's going to scare the secretary across the room. Oh my God, he's pulling out a sword. When really it's nothing but a daggone rat one or something. That's aggressive for a lot of people in certain situations. This isn't. And I've said this before. You should never carry what you carry because of what somebody else might feel and think. This is America. You're allowed to carry whatever you want and carry what you want to carry and how you want to carry it. That's your right and your freedom. People have died to make sure that you can do that. People are fighting right now, including my son, to make sure that every American can do exactly what they want to do. So you carry whatever you want. But there is a level of empathy, compassion, just couth, consideration, considering other people. It's not because you're trying to give up your rights for somebody else. That's not it. Just being a good person, this just might not be the right situation to pull out a Civivi Neurohaptic, start whipping it around. Something like that, great little knife. You can actually carry a good knife on you that's going to be capable, jerk it out, use it for what you need, put it back up, and it's going to look good doing it. It's not much to this knife, but what there is sweet. This is a sweet knife, and I love that hollow grind. Now, this next knife you can only get at Walmart. I can't find this not even on Buck's website, but I'm going to tell you right now, this is one of my favorite knives under $50. No question. I love this knife. It is gorgeous. It is capable. I've not seen it anywhere else. Nowhere else. I think it might even be a Walmart exclusive or something if there's such a thing, because I can only find these at Walmart. And it's the Buck Advance. This thing is fantastic. Aluminum handles, carbon fiber insert. Look at that blue pivot. Boy, that just pops. Dual thumb studs. It does have a small amount of jimping on the spine. A very nice swedge right there with a really nice hollow grind. This is a slicer. I mean, this knife is sharp. This is a slicer right here. It's got full steel liners with a liner lock. The handle is not truly deep carry, but it's close, and it is not reversible, so it's another right-handed only tip up. But look at that knife. Very sleek, very professional, very elegant, just very capable. Now, with this knife, you are getting up there into that more aggressive style of blade that's bigger and stuff like that. But again, carry what you want to carry. And this is a knife that you can jerk out. You can tear down some boxes in an office style, but you're going to look good doing it. This is going to match a suit. It's crazy to be wearing, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with this. I mean, because I dress like it all the time still, be wearing camouflage or something like that, and you're all greasy and dirty and covered in mud, and then you jerk out some really nice titanium handled, mirror polished blade and stuff like that, and you're trying to use that. Or on the other extreme, you are in a shirt and tie, something really nice, you're looking the roll, dressed to the nines. I mean, you're good to go. You are looking sharp. ZZ Top sung a song about you. You know what I'm saying? And then you walk in and you pull out a busted, rusted, beat up, dirty, oil dropping off of it and stuff. Not that there's anything wrong with a used knife like that. I mean, that just shows that you've put some love into that knife, and it's giving you some love back. I'm just saying, you probably wouldn't want to be carrying a knife like that if you were in a shirt and tie. It is what it is. A knife like this, you can jerk out, and it's going to match exactly what you're wearing, the environment that you're in. It's going to look good, but it's going to give you more capabilities because it's bigger, it's stronger, it's more aggressive. It's 420 HC blade steel, so you're just going to have a lot more capabilities with a knife like this. You're still getting the benefits of an executive style knife, but you're getting the capabilities of a more rugged and tough knife as well. This is one of the knives on the table that's really going to give you the best of both worlds. Some of these, you're getting more of an executive feel with some limited capabilities. Some of them, you're getting a lot of capabilities with very limited executive feel. This is one of the few knives that is giving you absolutely both. 100%. And you can get this for around $40 at Walmart. Fantastic knife. I can't believe that they give all that they give. Aluminum handles and carbon fiber inserts. And it's on bearing. So, ceramic ball bearing. So, boom, there you go. Excellent action. I mean, excellent action. This thing is phenomenal. This next one is a Buck as well. This is a Buck. This is the Buck Langford. Look at that. Another straight line, simple, executive style knife. Now, this is a knife that's also kind of like the Advance. It's going to give you more capabilities if you do want them. Now, it doesn't have a deep carry pocket clip, and the screws are not inset, and it's not reversible. So this one, you're really limited on what you're getting. But the look is an executive style, very sleek, very to the point type of knife. Now, it is a liner lock with full steel liners. Another one with 420 blade steel. Now, this also has more aggressive jimping right there. This has got pretty aggressive jimping. Very aggressive jimping, kind of jimping that I like. It's another one that's got a hollow grind, so it's very slicey, a good drop point blade, so with a sharp piercing point. Another knife that you can take into an office setting, wear with a certain tie, things like that. It's going to look really good in dress pants. It's going to match some black dress slacks. I mean, just a really nice knife. The Langford is as affordable as they come. It's around $30 for the Buck Langford. It's a good knife. It's hard to beat this. You get so much for $30 with this knife, and again, look at that. You know, but it is a liner lock. It is not a reversible pocket clip. It's not deep carry. So you're definitely limited. You're only getting 420. So, but it's also only $30. So for what you're paying, $30, you're actually getting a lot of knife. And it's Buck, and Buck is a great name. Now, this next knife, we're getting up into a nice knife. This is a sweet, sweet knife. This is definitely a knife that I would have carried. If somebody had told me about this knife and given it to me, I would have carried and sported this knife every day. And it is the Rake P831 SF with the worn clip blade. Look at these lines right here. Ooh. Boy, that is sweet looking. I mean, oh my gosh. It is a frame lock with a lock. So it will lock in an open position, but it will not lock closed. But it will lock open. So even you cannot close this when that lock is engaged. But if you disconnect that, now it'll close easy. But you cannot lock it when it's closed. So it doesn't lock close. It only has one thumb stud, blue anodized thumb stud, and blue anodized pivot as well. But that one thumb stud, boom, got great action. It is a frame lock. It is not a reversible pocket clip. It is not truly deep carry. But look at this milling on this stainless steel handle. This has got a 14C 28M blade. This is a flat grind with the worn clip blade. Very good point, very thin, very, very slicey, very elegant, very sleek. Now, these things are between 40 and 50 bucks. So another great price on a great knife. You're getting so many capabilities. Now, I cannot open this. You can't open this with your right hand because it doesn't have a thumb stud. You can only open this, with your left hand. You can't open this with your left hand because it's only got one thumb stud. So you have to open it with your right hand. It can be difficult for people to open it with their right hand because of that frame lock. You're putting too much pressure on that frame. So sometimes it's hard for me to open it. So I have to really watch how I hold it and stuff like that. That's the only downfall to this knife that I know of. The only one. Other than that, this knife is next level. This knife, if it had another name brand on it, I'm telling you, this would be a $125 knife. 14C 28M blade steel, fantastic knife. But ultimately, look at that knife. Look at that. And this is thin, very thin. So low profile. Dress slacks, right inside a dress coat. You can jerk this out in any situation and use it, and it is going to match the environment that you're in. You can use this as a steak knife, as a box cutter, whatever you need to do, and it will match the situation you're in. Fantastic knife. I love this knife. This is one of my favorite knives on the table. And again, around 50 bucks. Frame lock, all that good stuff. And I love that lock, that safety. Full steel handles, 14C blade steel. You get so much for under 50 bucks. Now, this next knife is the epitome of getting a lot of money for under 50 bucks. And it is the Migaron Acri. Full G10 handles, a titanium pocket clip. It's not reversible. And it's almost deep carry. It's got a nice G10 spacer right there. full steel liners. This thing is gorgeous. Feels excellent in the hand. Look at the profile of this knife. Look at that. Look at that edge. Look at that swedge right there. That piercing tip. This hollow grind. This is a slicing machine. Oh my gosh. 14C 28M blade steel. Look at this knife. Look at that. That's as gentleman and as executive gets. I mean, this right here is a very professional looking knife. This is so professional. Now it's a front flipper and only a front flipper. There's no other way to open it except for front flippers. There's no thumb studs. There's no thumb hole. There's no back flipper. It is a front flipper and only a front flipper. Again, a liner lock, but it's easy to do. So you get so much with this, and this is around a $45 knife. The Acri, the Migaron Acri. You get a very long blade. I can't remember exactly how long this is, but I'm not reading the stats off of these knives. I'm just basically giving you a rundown of what they are and how capable they are and how they fit the situation to be an executive style knife. This is as executive gets. I mean, yes, it is bigger. It's one of your bigger knives on the table, if not the biggest. But boy, look at that profile. Look how much that meant. I mean, this meets everything that you want in an executive knife. This meets it. This is fantastic. The Migaron Acri is probably, I would recommend this as high as anything on this table. I mean, there's 3 or 4 knives on here that I would recommend higher than anything else on the table. But I would recommend this the highest. Except for this. I would recommend this the highest. I don't know, maybe. I'd recommend this the highest. Or maybe I would recommend the next one's the highest. The point is, I recommend them all very highly. When I was in sales, I couldn't help it. But it was also a sales tactic. When you show a part of the product, you tell them, this is my favorite part. Oh, you're going to love this next part. You're going to love this. This is the best part about this whole process. You show them. Boom. You go to the next part. You're showing them the next part. You're talking to them. You're explaining the benefits of this next part of the process. This is my favorite part. Oh, this is the best part about the whole process. You get to the next part. This is the best part. Oh, this is my favorite part. And they usually never say anything or anything like that, but if they ever catch you and they ever say, well, hey, I thought that last part, yeah, this entire thing is my favorite. I love this thing so much. Every part of this is my favorite. That's how amazing this is. It's just smoke and mirrors. But I really feel that way. I always felt that way. I feel that way now. It is completely, absolutely, every one of these could be recommended as highly as the next, because every one of them has something to offer that the other one don't. And it is what it is. There's a hand for every knife, and there's a knife for every hand. I coined that. Don't anybody steal that. That's mine. I'm going to get it patented, trademarked. I'm going to get it on shirts. It is what it is. There's a hand for every knife, and there's a knife for every hand. I think it sounds great. And yes, I did stay at a Holiday Inn hotel last night. Not really, but it is what it is. This is the knife that I actually saw that made me think about this video right here. This is a really, really sweet daggone knife. This is a sweet, sweet knife, but the most impractical knife I've ever seen, and a knife that I would never use unless I was in an executive style situation. And it is the Real Steel Burns. This thing is gorgeous. I mean, it is beautiful. Full titanium, frame lock handle. Oh my gosh. No, this is VG10. I'm sorry. It's VG10 blade steel. I thought it was S35VN, but no, it's VG10. Just all the way around. This thing is fantastic. It is beautiful. It is gorgeous. I opened a package a while ago just to see how well it cut, and it's got tape on the, it's got glue on the daggone edge. I have to take care of that now. I have to get that glue off. Can't be having it tarnish my blades, man. But just a beautiful knife. I would never use this knife. This is not my style. It's narrow. It's thin. Very durable, very rugged, very strong and capable. I mean, it's titanium handles. It's VG10 blade steel. Very sharp. I like that piercing point. Look at that little slant right there. Right there when you get to the end, it just drops really fast. That little grind mark. That's fantastic. I like that. I like this blade a lot. If this was just something about this is just, I mean, I like these. It's an executive knife. That's what it is. This is the knife that I would imagine seeing. Look how beautiful that is. Look at that. Right inside my coat. Right in my pants. This is the knife that I would have used as a when I wanted to make a large sale and I wanted to give something to the customer. It would have been something like this. Or if I wanted to give something as a reward for somebody doing something outstanding in the field or in sales performance, it would have been this. Something that the whole group could have got together and give to the boss as a birthday gift or Christmas gift or something. It would have been something like this. I could totally see walking into my desk back in the day and to my office and on my desk having this sitting out there like a letter opener or something. Just an awesome, beautiful executive style knife. It is gorgeous. Now there's 3 different versions of this. Now this is about 170, I think. And it's worth it. Oh my gosh, it's worth it. I love real steel, first of all. It's got a titanium spacer right there that's beautiful. It's got a hole for a lanyard. I mean, all in all, a milled pocket clip. Look at that milled pocket clip. Look at that. That is gorgeous. I mean, gorgeous. This thing is fantastic. And it's a reversible pocket clip also. Boom. So that's another benefit. It is a front flipper only with that jimping on it. Now, it's not a reverse flick. It's not thumb stud. It's not thumb hole. It is a simple front flipper, and that's it. But it's easy to do with both left hand and right hand. Really nice frame lock. All in all, this knife is the sweetest knife on the table as far as looks goes, as far as quality and craftsmanship. This is the cream of the crop on this table. But it's also the one that's probably the most limited because it is so nice. You're probably not going to want to do much with it. But it's also just doesn't give you the feel of going out and doing anything really EDC type or rugged type. This is just a gentleman or executive style knife. Very limited in its scopes. But what it can do, it does extremely, extremely, extremely well. It's like when you've got a 6-man on the basketball team. And all he does is when you're down and you need that player that comes in, he's not great at defense. He's not, honestly, not great at offense. He's out of shape, so it's hard for him to run back and forth up the court. But when you need somebody that you can just put in, and you're down by 2 points and there's 30 seconds left on the clock, and your ball, you're throwing it in, and you've got to get it in somebody's hands that's just reliable for that 3-point shot. They don't have a lot of specialties, but they can shoot the lights out at 3-point range. You know, you've got somebody, whenever you come, you might not come across that role very often, but when you do, you've got somebody on the bench that can tackle it. You're a football team. The punters ain't out tackling nobody unless, I mean, sometimes they do. It is what it is when punt returns, kickoff returns. But the kicker, they're not out throwing passes. They're not out being a wide receiver, a tight end. They're not guarding the quarterback from sacks. They're not doing interceptions in defense. They're not doing any of that. They're very limited in their scope. They come in when you need somebody to kick it for an extra point or to punt the ball or do a kickoff. That's it. They have a very limited scope. But when you need them, they're good at what they do. That's what this knife reminds me of. It's a knife that I would not use for very many things at all. But when I come across that executive style situation in the future, whether I'm going to a meeting or church or school function, graduations, things like that, and you're wanting to be decked out in a really nice outfit and nice shirt and tie, but you still want to carry something really nice that matches the moment, that lives up to it, right there you go. The real steel burns. Again, an executive knife with an executive price at $170-ish, give or take $10. But man, oh man, it's worth it. It's not a knife I would use for anything else, but for that, this is the best knife, one of the best knives on the table. And the last knife I'm going to show you is this one right here. This could have went any way. This is an EDC knife. 100%. This is an EDC knife. Its first and foremost use is an EDC knife. But when I see this knife, and it is because I did that role for so long, I don't think if you're a mechanic or a welder, that's your brain works that way. When you see things, it fits into that mold. You don't think about it from another perspective. You think about it from the perspective of a mechanic or a welder. That's what you do, because that's who you are and that's who you've always been. Well, me, when I see things, even if there's some design for something else, my mind automatically goes and reverts to that mindset, because that's who I was and that's how I am and that's how I was trained to be, and my mind is conditioned that way. So I see things from a certain prism or a certain lens, and it's the lens of executive or sales type lens. So I might look at a knife and be like, oh, that's a great EDC knife, but in the back of my mind the whole time I'm like, that's an executive knife right there. That's a knife I would have carried with my suit. I just nice pinstripe suit. Oh, that right there would have been a great knife to go with it. Boom, boom, boom. That's how I think, and it is the Spyderco Smock. Now, yes, this is a fantastic EDC knife, and that's its number one use. It's hardcore. It's a heavy use knife. It's a beater knife. It's very capable. But when I see it, I see that right there fitting inside of a nice coat pocket. Boom. Pulling it out. Very sleek. Very just to the point. The name Spyderco is synonymous with quality and stuff. Just all around great knife. A good hollow grind. A good sharp, reverse tanto. Sheep's foot, whatever you want to call it. This is called a reverse tanto, but it's got a very, very nice hollow grind. And this is in S30V. Got the spider hole or Spidey hole. That's a button lock. It's got 3 ways to open it. 1 is the Spidey hole with the Spidey flick. 2 is this back opener right there, and the last one is the button lock. So it's got 3 different ways of opening it. It does have a reversible pocket clip. It's not quite deep carry, not even close actually, but it is a reversible pocket clip. It is tip up only, but you can at least have it for left hand or right hand. But all in all, you're getting G10 handles with the carbon fiber laminate over top of it, glued down. You're also getting full steel liners. You're getting S30V blade steel. Oh my gosh, this knife is just so daggone nice. This is exactly what I would have thought about when I thought about executive style knives. This is what I would have carried, and I would have loved it. I would have loved it. If I'd have known that, I mean, ultimately, every one of these would fit that role. I would carry any one of these, and I can say that for sure because I lived that life, and I know what a guy in that role would carry. I know the guys who I worked with and what they would have carried and what they wouldn't have. I know the guys who would have been caught dead carrying a big, 80-10 or something like that, and it just would not have been who they was. But boy, you give them something like this Rhea right here, and they would love it. This would be the favorite knife they had. They'd never get rid of this knife. They'd keep it forever. But I lived that life. I did that job for a long time, and I can tell you right now, every one of these would be great in that role. Every one of them would. Every one of them. I think the CRKT CEO is the most synonymous with executive style knives. I think this knife right here is probably the most elegant and sophisticated version of an executive style knife. I think this is one that can go both ways, but it will not just fill the role, but it will do it in style. But you will also get the most capabilities of anything on the table. You're getting the looks and feel of an executive knife, but you're getting the quality and capabilities of better than all these other knives put together. That's what this gives you. So all of them are standout stellar knives in one way or the other in their own way, but they all would be great in an executive style situation. And so the next time you're going to church, the next time you are wanting to go to a meeting, go meet your banker, go meet a lawyer or something like that, and you're wanting to carry a knife on you, but you don't want to carry something that's not going to match the moment. Now you've got 10 different suggestions and ideas, and all 10 of them would be great. And I'm sure that you have a lot of knives at home that would match the moment as well as also. There's many more knives over there I could have put in there. This Jack Wolf. Boom. This is a gentleman's knife. 100%. 100%. It also could be an executive style knife. I just didn't want to get it out of control. And, honestly, it just that non-lock. So probably just would not have carried this a whole lot because it didn't have a lock. So I don't like putting knives on the table just to have them on the table. I know I joke about that and stuff, but I really do try to consider knives that I actually would use in those situations and stuff. And there have been times where I've had knives where I wanted to put on the list, but I couldn't because I would have been literally putting them in there just to show the knife off, and that would have been and I'm not showing this to show it just to show it off. I'm just giving you an example of, this would be a great executive style knife or a gentleman's knife, but I didn't put it on there because I never would carry this because it's non-locking, and so I just probably wouldn't have carried it. So no matter how good it is, it wouldn't have been good for me because I wouldn't have carried it. So I will carry this to have a showpiece, to have a collector's piece because it's gorgeous and beautiful, but I'm just never going to use this for anything other than that, just to be perfectly honest. And I've always worn that on my sleeve and been honest with you guys about that. I'm not out beating my knives up. I say that all the time. Everybody knows at this point. So there's a lot of knives. You can run a million different ways with this, and there's so many different knives that could fit this list. But ultimately, there you go, guys. That's a list of knives that I think would be excellent excellent executive style knives and options. So let me know what you think. If you disagree with this list, if there's any of these knives that didn't belong in the list, let me know. I appreciate it. And I appreciate your attention. I appreciate your time. Thank you to all my premium members. Remember, guys, the premium member giveaway is the last day of this month. It's not too late to join. Nobody has to join. I don't keep the money. The money goes back into the knives. The knife that we're giving away is that Cold Steel, Engage. S35 VN blade steel, the 3.5 inch. We're giving that we're going live, members only. I'll go live for them the last day of the month, and we'll give this away. If you join Tier 1, you get 1 name in the hat. Tier 2, you get 3 names in the hat. Tier 3, you get 5 names in the hat. Nobody has to join. The knives will always be $100 in value at least, but usually more than that. And the next month I've got coming, I'm already thinking what I want to give away. So after I give this Engage away, next month we'll have another knife, and it'll probably be even nicer. So I appreciate everybody. Thank you, guys. I wish you all the best. Remember, there's a hand for every knife and a knife for every hand. I'm Chris, the Unprofessional Dad, and I wish you all sharp knives and happy lives, and I will see you in the next one.